The Flash 774, Jeremy Adams writing with Christian Duce on the art. So this is another fairly standalone issue. The running thing of this sword in space coming towards Earth is still sort of being teased. It lands at the end of the issue. But the main story of the issue is that Wally is going to a father-daughter dance with Irie, and he's all nervous about it. Linda's putting his tie on and telling him to calm down, and he's freaking out and saying, well, it's the first dance, then it'll be a second dance, and then before you know it, she'll be dating and then married and have kids, and he's like freaking out. He's being kind of adorable dad Wally. And then Irie's in a dress, and he's all gobsmacked, and they're all excited. The banter's pretty strong in this issue. They're driving to the dance, and there's just little things where she'll mispronounce a word. She's because actually there's a lot of fog that comes in, which is actually related to the villain. Dr. Midnight's up to no good. But she explains, did you know that fog is just water molecules that hang in the air after condemnation? And Wally's like, do you mean condensation? And she's like, that's what I said. And that becomes like a running joke where she'll say something wrong, he'll correct her, goes, that's what I said. And it's kind of cute, it's kind of adorable, and they have this banter. But when they get to the dance, everyone's knocked out. Obviously, they've been unaffected. Well, they have been affected because their powers are gone, but they've been unaffected by this gas because they're speedsters. So they try and drive home to see if the rest of the family's fine. And Dr. Midnight comes trampling down the city, riding a double-trunked purple evil elephant. So what's happening here is Dr. Midnight is like basically creating things in nightmares, and they come to life. That's his whole tech. So what he's doing is he's going around and, like, as people are sleeping, he's like taking from their nightmares and making those things a reality. But he happens to be going to where Wally works because that's where he was fired from. He's the disgruntled scientist. And she talks in Wally to letting her go with him. Because he said that, you know, being a hero is not about powers. He also, you know, want to teach both me and my brother about being superheroing, and you have to have learning experiences and things like that. And he's like, damn, I need to stop being such a good dad, because now she's like using my own dad speeches against me. So it's fun stuff. He's there to steal stuff. He's there to steal nightmares. You know, she disses Boomerang. It's a funny little moment. But basically, he's got this headset thing. This like, it's almost like a, you know, like Back to the Future when you first see Doc Brown in the 50s, and he's got this weird head helmet on that's like a science gizmo.
Yeah.
He's got something like that, and Irie just sort of sneaks in and tries to grab it. And Wally has to distract Dr. Nightmare while she's doing so. And they run away. They're being chased by a variety of monsters that have come from nightmares. I can't even begin to describe some of these things. But Irie's like, look, you know what? I'm a good dreamer. Let me put the helmet on, go to sleep, and I will conjure my dreams to fight these monsters. So he sings her to sleep. And the way they win this fight is that she conjures up, let's see, a robotic lion, a giant green dog, and when I say green, I mean like Green Lantern Construct-esque.
Like Clifford, but green.
Yeah.
Okay.
A female soldier, which I think's maybe Colonial Marine-esque? I don't know, it's hard to tell. A double-headed rabbit that's giant, and a giant panda, but the panda has a big hole in the middle and like a sort of pink border of fur around the hole. So think panda meets donut. Is the best way I can describe this. And yeah, they chase them off, they win, the powers come back, and they're upset they didn't get to dance, so Wally speeds her off to Paris and they dance in front of the Eiffel Tower. This is an adorable issue. This is an adorable father-daughter issue, and I think if you want Wally being a family man, you're going to have a lot of fun with this. The jokes are cute. It's a very much a standalone, just light-hearted issue with just a little tease at the end for the ongoing plot. But I think after that first arc, which was a very heavy 6-issue arc about the jumping through time and the speedster bodies, it's kind of nice that this book has had like a 2-parter and a 1-shot before it's getting into whatever its next arc is. I do think a lot of comic runs could really benefit from taking a few standalone stories in between the big arcs just to set the scene, give us a bit of downtime,
have a breather,
have a fun story. Yeah, and Deuce's art is totally fine. The problem I have with his head sometimes isn't actually that present in this one. I think Iray's chubby little face is actually kind of great because she's constantly smirking or whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to happily hand this I'll say 7.5. I'll say 7.5. I was tempted to give it the 8 just because I had so much fun with it, but Dr. Midnight's just kind of whatever. he's just there to be a platform for the father-daughter bonding to play out, but it's a fun time. Again, I'm glad that I have a nice B tier flash book to read. Okay,
good.
I'm enjoying my time.